Well, something has to change within each individual. We have to be willing to pull ourselves away from the maze or just the programming, the main crowd, whatever keeps the churn of misery going that shows up in so many different forms that we can't care for it now, really. It's just if you're watching this, you're sick and tired of it, you've had enough, as far as if you want to call it narcissism or something like that. But really, see, it's just a toxic scene out there with people. And you can bet that the monetary system creates it, because people don't talk about half of it, right? That's one of the things that you're not supposed to talk about is your financial, like money. You don't ask people how they make money or anything like that, right? You're supposed to not say that, but really it's the it's the big fucking underlying thing that everybody wonders, right? It's the main thing that it's like, well, how dysfunctional is that if there's obviouses out there? See, politics is another one. You're not supposed to talk about politics, just mind your own business when really that's like the main problem. Like, why do we even have it? Like, whoa, why do you even have leaders like that are something that you can't even have an eye to eye with? And of course, same thing with religion. Just whatever you don't talk about that one, really, it's like the main thing is like, well, what do you mean that we can't have our own faculties and figure it out for ourselves, but now we have to feel overly um, stupid because we are not allowed to see anything clearly enough because our hands are being slapped right and left. What is this shit? Would you stop saying that you can say you can't talk about it? I bet you anything talking has become a controversy too. So anyway, this is another video that is hoping that I can get better support than what I'm getting from what has come at me to try and help me, but it just, we can't go do it anymore. And I'm sure that as humanity, I speak for humanity, it's the same for everybody. I mean, boy, if they haven't been able to stay alone and like see through it, it's just impossible not to be touched by it, though. See, I mean, you're either like somehow you've been sheltered enough. I don't know, but you're suffering PTSD. Of course, your job helps you, right? But then that falls apart, And so, but I don't mean to project on everybody, but that's my kind of my story. I mean, as an astrologer, God, you can look at it, you can say, well, wait a period of time, try to get away with not having all of this stuff happen to you. Depends on what it is. If you have a Pluto aspect to your personal planets, or if you have a Neptune aspect to your personal planets, like if it's a conjunction or an opposition or a square. I mean, we can go on and on about this forever about life processes and just bad luck, good luck, whatever. But see, don't dwell. And see, that's the thing is we don't like the narcissists because all they know how to do is dwell, right? I mean, we can reach temporary states of dwelling, and what is like you gotta be careful because it's like, man, you know what? You want to isolate yourself away from these fucking immature people that cannot honor. It's like such a flare out there that how are we going to save ourselves from even having our tongues cut out because we kind of are outnumbered and we see that, well, these people will always turn it around on us. Always, right? That's the classic thing. It's just so fucking, ugh. They know that they're fucking driving us crazy too. So, can I please get help here? Because literally, this is where it's at. Sadly, because you try to work the bigger thing, you try to work the soul bond. You want to, you think, and we do. We are learning. See, this is the thing. This is the thing is we are learning on our level, and whatever. Be grateful, but it's now time to move on, and I can't move on, right? See, I'm serious. I need some more support from somewhere else because energetically I'm being drugged down. It's more like they're trying to, how it can be. Come on, they don't even know they're doing it either. They don't know that that's what they're doing. They don't know that just who they are, how they are, which is somebody who is incapable of wanting anything more than what they have for themselves, which is diddly squat, really. They're in a hole, right? I mean, there is a fact now, this is not coincidental. I'm going to be posting this around about, I'll say the 14th, where Venus will have already opposed Mars. And so there's kind of a turning point that's going on. It's like if you really watch the planetary motion, that Venus is progressing. It's actually in a very progressive sign, even though it's hard inside of Aquarius. What it is, it's pointing at the part of the feminine side of the organism that says, first of all, we've already had enough. We've had too much. We have too much disease coming out of it, and it's time to heal at a rapid pace. And um, the turning point where it just passes Mars up, does the opposition, and goes, it's going to be going into, I mean, we can just try and handle it through this Aquarius time, kind of cold-hearted situation. But what better of a time is it for everybody, anybody and everybody to just finally wrap it up and say, no, we can't do this, man. This is fucked up. There's something going on that I'm going through that it's like, well, I have a life that I need to look at, that I have dignity. I do. I don't want to have it just ripped apart. Not quite yet. I can't. And it doesn't need to be. And I'm hoping that this is heard enough by more people. I'm gonna put the right title on it, I guess. It's like, really, have you had enough? You've seen some of my videos. Most of my followers come from the fact that you've been through something with narcissists. And see, the thing is I have not really had the chance to get fully on into it, but I'm getting a taste of it now, and it's weird. It's like, okay, so I don't see. The thing is, it's like where I'm at. It's like, okay, so get out of it then. So you just don't associate with people like that. You don't need to. You have your own life. You're minding your own business. See, I hate this story talking about it. Keep talking about it, But I'm just to try and prove that I'm a decent person. I don't need to do that. I don't need to do that either. Forget it. Don't give them any of this, right? See, and you can help me. You can help me. When I say you, babes, I'm just saying whoever has been through it. Please, don't let me go back to it. I'm trying to break a cycle, and I'm trying to get this to work. I'm saying that I happen to think that social media, I'm telling us to just stand way, way back. See, narcissists aren't this creative, and they just go, that you're finding a way to get out. You know what I mean? You know that, right? That it's weird. It's like you detect these people, like I said in the beginning, that they do not want anything for you better than their limited version of things. Otherwise, it threatens them. They're threatened by your confidence. They're threatened by everything about you that is confident. They want to break you down. See what I'm saying? And I have experienced enough that it just seems like, okay, good, yeah, well, yeah, oh, you're a man too. Okay, oh God, I don't want to have anything to do with it. It's not a man, and those aren't women either putting up with it. This shit has yet to awaken, and how does it awaken? Well, first of all, can you see the culprit over there? I think the monetary system is building all that shit up for us. They give us a fake education that leads us into this whole scenario that's like we're being held captive. And don't forget, you're being held and trying to operate a natural order of things under being held under an unnatural order of things here. How does it change? Just change it. Just change it. Start putting your money into places that are really beginning to help you see something. Start doing it to the point where, like, when you, with your body, like when you eat something, like, I mean, I hate to tell you, but stop going to Starbucks. Start. I mean, you're going to get sick anyway. This is the thing, is what's going to be happening with these people that are running like this, and they're probably getting sicker and sicker as we speak. And it's like, you know what? You have to pull away from it and say, you know what? Fuck it. And I've had enough. And can you help us? Can we help each other? See, I'm pouring on top of thinking that I just want to shut down and die. But you would never know it here. I'm just saying, see, I don't want to give this to these, don't let these people prey on us that we have these feelings and that we share it. So what? Ignore them. Let's take care of each other here, please. I'm saying that, boy, the 175 people that did like my material about covert narcissism, which is just actually the communal narcissist, which has the same signature as your church over there, who is like patting you on the head saying, yes, bless you, and trying to see people want to feel like they're fitting in or something. Would you get away from each other and try to figure out what it is that you're after when it's just about people, 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 people? You're not even, you don't have anything. It's vacuous. Because do you see reality itself? Is there anything of the truth that you're holding up saying, and then do you come together over that? Or is it just an undermine? Because I'm experiencing undermine. You know, God, you know, I'm sorry about this. We shouldn't be saying sorry. We shouldn't. Um, we have had enough of the disease, the pain in the neck that they cause, and it's like, can we stop that and get the right transfer going? And I say that, oh yeah, you know, if I put the right title on it, I'll get more views with this, and we need to take care of each other better. See, I'm trying to take care of you by saying, hey, really, honestly, are you still doing Christmas? I mean, stop doing that, please. That's a satanic cult over there. It is. I'm sorry. I didn't just say that I don't like giving gifts and being nice to people. See, you people, or whoever it is, I mean, there's a level that we're dealing with that you have to be careful of your own narcissism. And I'm not a narcissist saying, nah, fuck all that stuff because I don't know how to do it. No, I say fuck it because it causes more condemnation against even, what the fuck are you even talking about? Like, who was baby Jesus? And then the biggest fucking holy ghosting system ever to hit mankind, because we don't even know what the story really is, and because there's no mother. Oh, Mary is the mother. Okay, I see. But then who's the father? That's the real story, right? Who's the father? Well, maybe it is pointing at a natural order thing. It's like, who gives a fuck who the father is? Did you do good to have No, that's not right either. See, that's the fucking society you have out there that doesn't even be conscious of what the fuck you're reproducing with. Oh, man, I hope you're not responsible for that, because look at how fucked up it really is. And all you can do is criticize somebody like me and try to pass judgment on somebody like me and corrupt me just because I'm a wholehearted fucking feeling person. And I stay way out of that. And I keep my confidence out of it all, really. Come on, we're 50 years old and we haven't gone that long. Tattered up by that shit. We're not playing that fucking game. Can you help us? I say it's just a little time that I need before I can just get what little I need from another source, a whole other place. Meet new people. It's time for us to meet new people and just start a whole new cycle of 20 years. For me, it'll be, yeah, okay, so I get it. And maybe it'll change for me, but please help me change for the better. I can't stay, and nobody can. Nobody can stay isolated to a 3D scenario, whether it's your job or a community or your one-on-one relationship, your family, and when really we can help each other right here. See, I say it should have happened a long time ago, and if it's happened already, why don't I know about it? Please help me. Send me in the right direction. See, to me, there would be just a basic fund for people who know about narcissistic abuse, who know about it. See, if you know about it, then here's what you would have to do to open this bank and create a bucket that would help us, is that you just start calling it out. You don't have to say any names, but just start explaining the traits. Say, oh, and basically the bottom line, and so you can refer back to Sam Vaknin, say, hey, and look at the material and really celebrate it. See, that's all that I've been doing, kind of like doing. Um, um, Guilty of hurting so bad because I'm being hit by it and not knowing from where it's coming from. See, you don't know from where it's coming from. The narcissist doesn't know that they're doing it. They could I'm not fucking kidding by going fucking sci-fi minute 14 on you on this fucking video that says, no, it's no short of being um, a sci-fi movie way more interesting than all your fascination of it put together in the theater over there that is saying that these are the different traits coming out of what? Well, it's definitely spiritual possession. You can't just say narcissist and forget. You can't just say like, oh, it's a non-human. No, well, what's occupying them is they're programmed by the dark triad over there. They're just like this, and they have to snap out of it. That's the whole story of Christ over there, who was a woman. I hate to tell you, but it was a woman who says, "Excuse me, stop using my flesh this way." Really, somebody who would just say, "Excuse me, but whoa, wait a minute." And the more and more you start doing that for the church, who claims, who says, first of all, go kill all these women that are practicing safe sex. I call it safe sex because they're making the place of sex safe for them. They do that by holding off on their ability to get pregnant at any time and anywhere, especially if it was just a rape and the guy can't hold himself back and she gets, what the? We had the not really happening too long ago until they were killed all off. All the smart women who are practicing birth control. It's not saying safe sex. Nope, those are two different things. You want to make the place of sex safe because see, there's where you're converting them into being a humane being. This is in case a fucking whole civilization was to come out of it now. Wow. I just wrapped up like 300 of my videos refining it in front of your face saying, no, please consider, is this the religion that's here? I'm a 50-year-old woman and I'm not going to like live and die and not say, excuse me, I've seen something so strange happening here and maybe I'm supposed to write a book or should I just leave this go for another uh, hour and a half and say, but how do I get paid? And I thank you so much for what little has been, the little amount of people is what I keep meaning to say, that has already donated in. And I'll mention their names. Maybe it's not a wise idea, but really, I think maybe I should, just so that people can feel like it's a competition or something, because whatever incentive you people need to, this all needs to change for us. It needs to stop that we feel like that we have to be isolating ourselves to that, and also stop these people that are operating like this. They're just operating like, okay, what do they call it? Warlocked? And you get the idea that, I mean, you get the feeling that they have a soul contract with this shit. I mean, they are locked into it for lifetime after lifetime after lifetime. Talk about just the backdrop system, just it's just churning people. So many amount of people have died just today, if not in your state, in your country. That do they matter? I'm sorry to talk about it like that, but I'm a woman thinking, God, could you guys slow down and let's have more meaningful lives and meaningful experiences and feeling, and if we can hold on to material and pass it on to each other in the form of storytelling, then where is it? Why is it not here? And boy, it's 18 minutes and I'm fucking right now giving it all my juice. And I refuse to get on the level that the narcissist wants us, which is to be miserable. Basically, they want us to be on that level um, of their level of misery, and it's like, I'm sorry, you guys are that fucking bad off. It's so sad because no matter what they take on for the system will protect them, right? The money making thing. And see, why should we have that? This thing can help us here. See, and I say, let's start at the level of bill paying. Really. And this is so, people, you need to take this seriously and help me. Don't leave me out in the dust when it's figured out. Don't leave anybody in the dust. Leave that system in the dust. Heal people with this. I'm saying, okay, so if it's a narcissistic video, abuse video, and I'm expanding it more to let's just dissolve it. But if it's that you got locked into, see, for me, it was that, yeah, things needed to change for me, and it still needs to change, and it's a slow going. Nobody can get in the way of that process. I mean, they try to, and they can if you let them. Please, let's stop it. Stop them from getting in the way of your change, and let's make change. Learn how to change, right? Babes, it's like this. Maybe you don't know how, maybe you don't have a channel that is of your own. Maybe it's not. Maybe you have a couple of my videos on your channel that you've shared, and I'm so grateful because, well, it's a start. See, I would love to be able to refine it for us. I'm almost looking at something that's just too late for fucking mankind. Really, it's like hunker down because it's going to get so dark before it gets light. And how does it get light? But without us, just communication, please. Use your communication skills. That's light. Shed light. Just keep talking, talking. See, it's a subduction zone to be put in a whole different timeline of the narcissist's paradigm who's just imagining a life to be. And it's like, no, see, they don't communicate. They don't communicate to get things done, like to get, like to heal, to grow, to get better. They just don't, right? So at least help me out with just exposing this much, just to remind you how bad it's been for everybody. Really, that's the way it is. And it's hard to tell who's who. See, the thing is like you can find all this material somewhere else, and it's hard to tell who's who. Like, so you can be having a temporary time that you go down. It could be 3 years or 5 that you go down. You don't have a job, and you're begging, and you're, who knows, you take up to the crack pipe or something like that, and you're kind of going way off in the left field, and people will stick you to it. They're right there for you. Even the ones trying to help you, they're just these other kind of entities, right, that are preying on the fact that, can you just go through your fucking phase and not be stuck to it? Like, what we mean is like pinned. They just pick you up and put a neon sign over it, and that's the only thing that they've ever noticed about you, is when you were down in a certain way, holding your crack pipe, and it's like, no, that's a temporary state that some people can get in. Really could last, like I said, 3 years or probably 30 years. It's none of anybody's fucking business. See, that's the thing is, what are you doing glomming onto each other like that? Vacuous shit. Can't you get into something, whether it's those kinds of addictions that does people don't think is a very good one. There's other kinds that people think, oh yeah, when it's something like, oh, you're money making shit over there, and being a fucking attention seeking whatever addiction. I don't know, babes, but there are such thing as healthy addictions. We would not be human unless we had one that was something that we did over and over again that finally paid off. Actually paid off and didn't send us to our detriment or anybody else.